Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in on Eswatini TV, an exclusive episode of Dream It, Achieve It. You know that when you see this face, I keep saying that, you know that when you see this face, it's time to learn something on Dream It, Achieve It, whereby, we're equipping young people with the necessary skills that they need in order to make it when it comes to, the business sector. Today is a very special day because we are on location at Riders Ranch to learn more about the Women Farmer Foundation of an initiative that they're basically doing today, equipping young people of the necessary skills that they need in order to make it in the agricultural sector. So basically today we're here to find out more about the initiative ukuthi babafundisa kanjani bamfula abasha ukuthi bakhone ukudlondlobala in the agricultural sector. And one thing that we're going to be learning about today is climate smart technologies with this workshop. And this is not the first group that they're having today. There's more groups that they've had before, and also they're going to be learning more about shade nets. Basically, when it comes to agriculture, climate change, it's too hot now. The climate has definitely changed, and that affects also agricultural produce. Let's now in the kingdom of Eswatini. So join me today as we find out more about this initiative. I might just go home being a farmer today. Anyway, let's go check them out. Okay, my Dream It, Achieve It family, with me I have a very important person who decided that they were going to build this foundation to give back to the community and also to equip emaswati, or let me say youth ngekuthi bangaqhubeka kanjani bakhone ukudindlondlobalisa when it comes to the agriculture business. Her name is Sonia Pavia, and she had us today to explain today ukuthi the basis of this and also why she started this initiative. How are you doing, Miss Sonia?
I'm very, very well, thanks, my dear.
I'm good too. So can you tell me more about this initiative as to, what's happening today and what inspired you starting such a beautiful thing?
Yeah. So basically what we've been doing is focusing on women for the first 10 years of Women Farmer Foundation.
Right.
And the next 10 years we had to focus on the youth.
Yes.
And dealing with youth is a bit of a challenge because we've realized that they're not really interested in agriculture. So we had to look at smart ways of seeing how we could actually incorporate or have an interest from their sector.
Yeah.
And the first thing that we did was to restructure the whole organization.
Yeah.
And if you look at everybody that works for the Women Farmer Foundation is youth.
Yeah,
to try and it's young people, and of course mainly females.
Yes.
But we also have young men that are there. And a lot of recommendations and suggestions have come from them. And one of them has been the issue of protected farming.
Yeah.
Because with protected farming, we're looking at how can I say it, the face of agriculture. We need to change the face of agriculture.
Right.
Because agriculture is like a punishment to young people. And when we looked at the high tunnel protected farming, climate smart agriculture, then it came with a different perspective where the young people realized that, hey, I can actually get involved in food production or in agriculture, and the value addition and the various value chains that actually go with that.
Yeah.
So when we started this project, we found that there was a lot of interest from the young people.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because I think it's been our success flagship.
Yeah.
Because they've since come in and realized two things.
Yeah.
One is that they can make money, and it will not take 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
And they can see the return on their investments a lot faster than the normal conventional way of farming.
Yes.
And also being climate smart, then we've exposed them to the tunnels.
Yes.
And for those that feel that it's a bit expensive, then we've also showed them the protected farming, which is shaded net.
Yes.
And of course, it's because you're dealing with issues of climate change. So, and in farming, the risks are very high.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that we have been able to show them. And again, we also have the solar panels.
Yeah.
And when you look at the complete system, you realize that you can generate your own electricity.
Yes.
Because if you do everything properly, the way they are being taught,
Yeah.
then you should, within a year,
Yeah.
be able to see a return on your investment.
Right.
And because all the crops that we plant are all high-value crops,
Yeah.
and as you know, in agriculture, we are the net importers of everything that we consume,
Yes.
including maize.
That's
We're not going to grow maize in our tunnels, but there's produce that we can, and I believe that we have the capacity of training the youth, and to such a way that we can be self-sufficient, and in time to come, I believe that we can actually be so organized that these same young people will be able to export
Yeah.
the produce.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
And I hope that you enjoy the visit
Yes.
and talk to our young people here. And the result of the pudding is in the eating.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they're going to make us all proud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, of course, this is an initiative for young people, so it wouldn't make sense for us to not incorporate young people. So with me, I have a very beautiful lady. She's a part of this initiative today, learning more about, climate smart technologies and also what I mentioned earlier, shared net. So basically, she's going to be telling us, Kegusi, yena ngabe ufunze lokungakanani namuhla. Hi, Cynthia, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So you love agriculture, huh?
Yes, I do.
So do you have a project at home that you've started, or this is just a way of you to get into the business?
Yes, I actually started farming 2020.
Okay.
Yes, I do poultry farming,
Okay.
and then vegetables. I do butternuts.
Okay.
Yes, seasonally.
Okay. So when you've done your poultry farming and just growing your butternut, then what do? Do you have a market for your produce?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
supply to butcheries
Okay.
and just to individuals
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely beautiful. So today we're learning about so many things in order for you guys to be able to, be able to continue with, your agricultural practices despite climate change. So what would you say you've learned today so far?
So far, I've learned about the different types of tunnels.
Yeah.
Okay, for me personally, I'm from Babane.
Yes.
So I've learned that the tunnels are actually more practical for me to pursue in the Highveld because it's much
Okay.
cooler there.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've also learned just a lot about temperature controls
Yeah.
and all the things that I can avoid, all the problems that I could avoid
Yeah.
as a farmer
Yeah.
using the tunnels
Yeah.
than someone lofuye ngaphandle.
Yeah.
So I think for me that's what stood out today.
Okay. She's learned so much, guys. So going forward and also into your business, because you already have a business that you've just started, do you think you're going to incorporate some of the things that you've learned here today?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, I chose this course because I do want to implement it.
Yeah.
Where lapho ngifuye khona la ngilime khona ngisho njalo.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely looking for opportunities,
Yeah.
funding opportunities,
Yes.
skills, everything so that I can also bring tunnels to Mbabane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the people that are watching that are not here today, what would you say, what advice would you give to them in terms of just learning more and being here today? Would you say that it's beneficial to you? Would you say that they could, would you rather recommend that they should join this initiative?
Yes, I definitely would say that they should look into this form of farming
Yeah.
specifically because
Yeah.
as a youth, I don't want to say we're lazy, but we just want to work smart,
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a much more easy and fun way and fun approach to farming.
Yeah.
And I would definitely encourage other youth to look into tunnel farming and be creative with what they can put in their tunnels as well.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
And of course, we have someone representing the gentleman. We're not shutting the gentleman out of this one, guys. His name is Kwezi Tembenai. Ukamke Mabane utositshela kabanzi about what he learned today. Today was just all about young people and how they can probably improve when it comes to their agricultural business, or also when it comes to their agricultural practices. Hi Kwezi, unjani?
Ngiyaphila unjani?
Ngiyaphila nami. So ukamke Mabane, now unawo business when it comes to agriculture.
Yes, nginayo ibhizinisi. Currently ngilimela eLiengo.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, and because we know that there's a lot of unemployment rate in the kingdom of Eswatini, wena imali yakho lo benayo ukuqala ibhizinisi yakho yekulima, ungasho ukuthi imali lo wati savela yona or you got funding?
No, angitholanga i-funding but nje ngathola i-support ekhaya because I actually started business nga 2020 during COVID.
Okay.
So umnakethu wangithengela i-camera. I started photography.
Okay.
And then because I had to go back to school,
Yes.
ngathengisa i-camera, nga-investa kuma-broilers.
Okay.
And then it didn't go so well kuma-broilers
Yeah.
ngalokhu senawusebenza nebantu kuba netinkinga lapha nalapha.
Yeah.
So nangiphuma ngicedze last year matric.
Okay.
So nangiphuma leyo mali lencane ngiyithole kubatali.
Okay.
So I've been growing kancane now.
And that's all that matters for you to start. So today you're part of this initiative. Ngicocele ke wena ukuthi namhla ufunzeni nami sengifunzile about ama-tunnels, sengifunzile nama-shed nets, but what stood out for you and what do you feel like you're going to be able to take home and also to teach other young people or people that are in the agricultural sector?
Okay, lengufunze kakhulu nje ukuthi there's more to agriculture. Akusiko ukuthi ngidawulima nje ngilimele esigangeni.
Yes.
Kunabo ama-shades lana ama-tunnels.
Yeah.
So lokumcoka ukuthi you have to start where ukhona ngale la ukhona khona ngaleso sikhathi leso.
Yes.
So don't try to go for i-tunnel ekuqaleni
Yeah.
nangabe amandla akho asengafiki. Bakhona bo shade net singaqala nalapho.
Okay. Njengoba nje wena so ukhonile kubala namuhla, is the information that you got here today something that you're going to be teaching bamfulo tobakhanze mbabane or also young people that have an interest ukuthi yathi ngifuna ukuqala ingadi yami noma ngifuna ukuqala kulima but ngiva ngazi ukuthi yathi kushisa kakhulu noma tili ngathini ma seedlings ami ayasha?
Yeah, so I'm really hoping to thola platform la sitawusharishelana khona nebantu labanengi nje. Ikakhulu young people labane interest agriculture ngaloko.
Yeah.
Nangaloku ukuthi ke bantu labasha beva ngathi man agriculture isizala. So kuba nema methods farming la so ama tools.
Yeah.
It's really encouraging for bamvu labasha labeva ngathi I know angeke ngikhona kulima njengabogogo. So kuyi encouragement nje lokuthi hayi singakhona nathi kulima.
Okay.
Nala ukuthi ke what I usually get nje mina kuthi awukhwezi bo brilliant esikolweni ukusukela kanje kulima ngoba kulima kwabomkhulu kulima it's the way nje nyalo ngoba kufuna sibe realistic. We cannot be depending ku imisebenzi.
Yes.
Kuyena ekufunzeni mina nje I happen to have done well ku matric.
Yes.
Able to be amongst the tops. Nangeka scholarship bangijikisa. So lokusho ukuthi vele nangabe ude lenye iplan awusiwe kuphila la.
That is definitely a testimony. Thank you so much Kwezi for talking to us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Dream It, Achieve It family. Finally, we have our communications officer of Women Farmer Foundation. Tosicazela kabanzi about some of the partners that they are working with in order to be able to ensure ukuthi the initiative yaqhubeka iye, and also some of the highlights, testimonials ukuthi bamfla abasha la sebafunzile about how to act smart when it comes to just growing your agricultural business in this environment whereby we're affected by a lot of climate change. Ukuthi babese sebayithatha the information bayaphi nayo, because at the end of the day they should be highlighted in order for you guys to also believe and to also know that it can be possible if you put your mind to it. After all, this is Dream It, Achieve It. Hi Mpumalanga, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm awesome. It's hot in here. How you guys surviving in this environment? Jay Gashisa.
I guess and it was winter just 2 seconds ago, Angati, and then God was just like cut, and then now it's hot again. So
Yeah, it's definitely hot. So yes, we are part of this initiative today. We're so happy to be, here to to find out more about what is happening today, and we had the director earlier on talking to us about the initiative. So can you just tell me more about some of the partners that you're working with in order to make sure ukuthi bamfula abasha bayaqhubeka betala bayafunza about how they can grow in their business? I think this is just like a fantastic initiative.
Thank you so much, Noma. And can also just say I'm also very grateful and glad that you guys are here to experience our program and some of the students.
Yeah.
So in terms of the partners, wow, we would not be this far without our partners.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to say that and highlight that, especially because with the 3-month program, we do also ask for a contribution from our young people.
Okay.
But then you find that then to make it also affordable, because we know that young people have faced different challenges, including the financial challenge. So then we do have some of our partners who have been working with us who assist in that way. So for example, even the Swazi Rally team, most people know them as bikers, it's so much fun. But then they also do have a very philanthropic side to them, and that's a big part of the community. We also work with different partners who help us with the content.
Yes,
with the content creation. Ministry of Agriculture has been very helpful in that respect. And also the course itself. I will say it is not just Women Farmer when it comes to delivering the course.
That's true.
We do have other partners who come in. So we like to work with the different stakeholders who are in the various aspects, different parts of the business space, who can come then onto the foundation and teach the young people. So for example, when we want to teach access to finance, that's when we will call someone like Youth Fund. We'll call some of the banks to come, like Nedbank or Standard Bank, because now to hear it directly from the stakeholder, it gives young people both the opportunity to network, and then to also hear directly from the people who they will go back to and ask, we also work with NAMP Board, who has been very so helpful, and so we cannot appreciate them enough in terms of how they've been able to also teach some of the theory of how to grow in a high value crops and different aspects of running a tunnel, from the more practical, from the more theory agricultural side. As I said, we focus a lot on the business management, and then we introduce all these different partners who come and then augment the program. So it's very holistic, and it's very beautiful for our young people in the end.
That is awesome and fantastic, if I do say so myself. And also, of course, working with young people, and there's no side to a business that doesn't have challenges. So can you tell me more about the challenges probably that you guys have with your initiative, and just how you can improve going forward, and how in ways in which you can improve going forward? Because it is going to be a build up, and the more you do this initiative, the more it becomes better, even for yourselves as an organization and also for the young people.
That's a very good question. And as I had mentioned before, we are an NGO. Ours is to expose young people so that they can have the skills that they need to become agripreneurs, climate smart agripreneurs. That is the word. And so we introduced them to the tunnels, but you find that tunnel farming is very expensive. And only more recently have we seen the Ministry of Agriculture coming closer to, assist in terms of the agricultural fund that is still in the process, to say that maybe there'll be the opportunity to fund infrastructure. But for the longest of time, many financial institutions do not fund infrastructure. So Bonabatsi, you need to already have the infrastructure, and then they'll fund some of the other things. So when it comes to young people, one thing you can never take away from young Swazis, and having worked with so many, is just how brilliant and how talented they are. The potential is insane. But sometimes then it's programs like this one that helps to channel them, and then they come out with the skills, and it's like, how do you then access the resources that you need? And so we then do introduce the shade nets to help them say, okay, maybe you, as you're growing, you start step by step. Here is a more affordable option to have. But then we also see that sometimes even accessing the training, because as we have significantly reduced the cost to allow more people to access it, but obviously we do also need that little bit to help with some of our the people who come to teach, to help with the crops that we grow and things like that. So you find that there are the interest is huge, but then you find that then the difficulty then to at least meet us halfway with that small fee then also becomes a challenge. But we are looking forward to trying to find other ways to help young people to make it accessible, to make the program more accessible. If I were to show you the number of people who apply versus then it's like, okay, but my challenge is this and that, So I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we see with the young people. But then the impact is great for those who are able to come through and be a part of the program. And that's what we can hope for at the end of the day.
Definitely. Okay, it's been so fantastic talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, my Dream It, Achieve It family, it's been an absolutely amazing day. Today, we were all about Kukikita Emma agripreneurs, and I learned something about agriculture as well. I think it's very important to know that because there's so much that is happening with climate change. With that, I hope that you guys learned something from this. And also, for the young people that are watching, make sure because it's not just only about the young people, but also it's about equipping nabo bade ukuthi netindlela setihlukile nyalo tekwenda ukuthi sivuno lesiba khona when it comes to agriculture sibe nginesingcono futhi sibe ngilesikahle. So today we hope that you guys learned something, and if I do say so myself, it's so nice to see what young people in their element. It's so nice to see young people in the field where they're here not just for learning about agriculture, but also just to make connections, also to just socialize and to learn a few things from this initiative. So big ups to Women Farmer Foundation for this initiative whereby young people can just gather and learn something, a thing or two. And also we hope that with the information that they got here today, they'll be able to go out in the world or go out to the field and implement some of the things that they learned here today. So with that being said, guys, we hope that you had a fantastic time on Dream It, Achieve It. As always, guys, make sure that if you want an entrepreneurial story cover, don't forget to drop a WhatsApp line on 76281924. We're not only just about people that have made it also in the business sector, all about also people that are just starting in their businesses, because we are there for you. And of course, the program says if you can dream it, you can definitely achieve it. Until next time.